All right, Dr. J here, physical therapist, here with another mobility session, Saturday, 12 p.m. So I wanted to go over what most of you guys will actually feel at some point in life, and that's low back pain, okay? Research shows that 90% of people, 9 out of 10 people will experience low back pain at some point in life. So it is really necessary to understand how to treat your body right, how to keep the low back healthy, because if you think about it this way, the low back is the center of the body. So without the low back, everything else kind of falls into disorder. All right. So in order to keep your low back healthy, gotta learn some mobility exercises. So let's kind of go into it. First thing, all you really need is a floor as well as a chair for this one. You don't need anything else. So I'm explaining how the body from your lower back pain. So low back is the center, but the thing is, we understand that the nerves go from the head all the way down to the toes. So things that are about the head, or sometimes if you have upper back stiffness, can actually affect the lower back. So we want to understand that from the head to the toes, it's one big nervous system. I call it one big onesie. Okay, if you know what a onesie is, it's like, you wear the hat, then it goes all the way down to the toes. So a lot of times if you're like lifting up your toes, or like you're lifting up your leg, a lot of times you'll feel that in your neck, or you sometimes feel it in your lower back. So we're going to go over some things that might seem counterintuitive, and it's called slump stretching. Okay. Most of the people, I've said this before, that many people, if you're young, you're pretty healthy, and you haven't been diagnosed with anything such as this thing called stenosis, is that lumbar extension and putting your hands here and doing different types of lumbar extension based exercises can dramatically enhance how you feel. But there are definitely a select few that if you're starting to have upper back tension, you start to feel leg tension, such as sciatic-like symptoms, then we can do slump stretching. So I'm going to show you how that works. So what I'll do first is from a side view. Side view tends to be the best. So the first thing that you can test out is seeing here if you can slump. Now slumping, a lot of times I'll just do this. I'll look forward and then I'll slump, and I'll see how that feels on my lower back. Okay, some of you guys might be feeling some tightness. And then what you can do here is you can go head down, chin touching your chest, and then slump. Okay? Now, if you start to notice that your low back or your upper back pain is starting to increase, then you might think that you have what we call some nerve tension, okay? So I'll do it again. We're testing it, right? So the first one, level 1, is just slumping with your head up and coming back. The second one is chin down and then slumping and seeing if that increases the stretch. If the stretch is tolerable, then keep your head down and keep slumping. Okay, so the third one here is seeing if leg extension and knee extension actually affects the lower back, right? So what I'll do here is I'll put my chin down, I'll slump, and then I'll straighten up my leg, but keep my ankle relaxed. Okay, so no need to cock up your ankle. So you're gonna put your chin down, slump, and then we'll repeat that side. I'm gonna repeat about 8 to 10 reps. This actually feels good on my lower back and my hamstrings. So I'm going to keep my ankle relaxed and just extend my leg, keep myself slumped forward, and my chin down towards my chest. Okay? Some of you guys might be feeling a nice stretch from the calf all the way up the hips, up to the lower back, even the upper back, depending on where your tension is. And I'm going to repeat that on the opposite leg now too, to stretch out the other nerve in my left leg. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So I'm going to give you many variations. You guys can save this video, obviously. Okay. So I'll show you another variation that I like to do for lower back pain. So I'm going to put my hands behind my back. Okay. I'm going to slump down again. And then this is what I'm going to do. Watch how I do this. So chin down, slump down, keep my leg extended. And then from here, this takes a little bit of coordination. I'm going to anterior tilt. I'm going to straighten up my chest and then come back down. Straighten up my chest and try to get up tall, come back down. You might feel that tension somewhere in your lower back, your legs, but we're flossing the nervous system. We're getting the whole nervous system to move. Okay, 7, 8, and slump, straighten up, 9, and 10. Okay. Now we'll try the left leg now. So left leg, same thing. So slump, straighten up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So what we're doing right now, we'll take a little break. That's just to floss the nervous system. If you're trying to notice that low back or some of these things are increasing at all, well, you're still doing your body a good measure because we're flossing the nervous system. We're getting the nerves from the head all the way down to the toes to loosen up. If you're starting to feel like your back's starting to ache, all you got to do right now as a quick fix is just stand up. So just stand up, kind of walk around, okay, reset yourself. Do a little lumbar extension if you need to, just to reset. And then we're going to do a couple more sets of different exercises I'll show you, okay? So we'll get back down to the chair, okay? And now this one's called a slump tensioner, okay? So basically we're going to tense up everything from the head to the toes. Full disclaimer, if that was already enough of a stretch in your hamstrings and your lower back and other areas, then don't do this one. I'm going to show you the more advanced options, okay? So this is one called a slump tensioner. I'm going to put my hands behind my back again. Slump, chin down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to now lift up my toes as high as I can towards the ceiling. Keep the toes cocked up. And then I'm going to straighten it out and point those toes up towards the ceiling instead of keeping my ankle relaxed. So I'm going to do about 8 to 10, 2, and keep the toes nice and cocked, head down, slump as hard as you can, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Take a little breather, straighten up, side bend, and I'm going to go back down. So chin down, slump down, toes cocked up towards the ceiling, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, as you can see, it's called a tensioner because you're tensing up the nervous system. I don't know about you guys, but my hamstrings feel kind of relaxed. I feel like I can move a little bit better. My spine's kind of like elongated. So if that is too much to you, if that's too much for you, if you have like chronic low back pain or these stretches are too intense, I'll show you how to release that because remember, from our head all the way down to our toes, everything is connected. So all you got to do is really find the path of least resistance and figure out which are the areas that can relieve it. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll still slump, okay? But what I'll do here is I'll glide. So how we do that is I'm going to release the nervous system by looking up a bit, and I can still cock my toes up. 1, right? 2, and that actually feels a little bit better on my toes and my calf. It's less tight because I'm not tightening up the entire nervous system. But you can also coordinate it too by when I straighten up my leg, I'm going to look up, but when my leg comes down, my head is going to come down with it, okay? So head up and foot up at the same time. You can feel that that's less tension on your lower body and your upper body, your lower back, but you're still doing your body a good service because you're still flossing that nervous system, okay? And I'm going to repeat on this side, okay? But as you can see that if you wanted to increase the stretch on this, you can go opposite. You can go head down, leg up. And you can feel the increased tension when your head meets your knee. But if it's too much, then again, it's head up, leg up. Okay, you guys understanding how that works? All right, so hopefully you guys are feeling that, understanding how the whole nervous system from your head all the way down to your toes. You got to take care of the entire nervous system, okay? Your spine is your central hub, all right? So hopefully that slump, that whole slump spew of exercises can help you, and you can play with it. You can see where your body feels tension. You can feel if your body feels more tension in your neck. You can move your head up and down. You can move your foot up and down, depending if you have like foot pain, for example. If you're dealing even with any like plantar fasciitis, like foot pain, then you can kind of cock your toes back and forth too. Okay, so let's kind of move on. I just want to go over a couple different floor routines and then we'll kind of end this. So I'm going to move the chair out of the way. If you guys have a floor that you can use, that'd be great. So I'm going to go over one of my favorite stretches, and it's called the pretzel stretch. And then I'll even go through the pretzel stretch plus rotation, all right? Depending on, for you hard gainers, the ones that really want to enhance really strong stretch, okay? So I'm gonna lie on my side, okay? And the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to bring, it's the bottom leg, okay? So the bottom leg, I'm gonna use my left hand, grab onto my right ankle, okay? And then I'm gonna slide that leg back, and then I'm gonna bring the left knee forward, okay? So what that is you're feeling a little bit of a quadricep stretch on the bottom leg, okay? Now, from here, you can put your hand against your right thigh, so right hand against the right thigh, and then you're going to rotate and really bring out the spine, all right? So I feel a quad stretch. I'll go over that with you again. Left hand on the right ankle, pull that knee back, and then bring the left knee even more forward, okay? You're gonna put your right hand on top of the outside of your left thigh, okay? And then you're gonna sit into it. So you're gonna bring that left shoulder towards the ground and try to open up your chest towards the ceiling, okay? My back just cracked, just got a little bit of a release there. And then you can bring yourself back out of it. So roll your shoulder forward. And then again, you're gonna roll that top shoulder back towards the ground, open up your chest towards the ceiling. And then you can repeat, okay? You can either do, you're gonna hold for 30 seconds. I'm very biased towards just repeating. So I bring that shoulder forward, open up that chest, bring that shoulder down towards the ground, and a repeat, okay? So if this is already enough for you, that's fine. If you want to advance this a little bit, this is what you're going to do. As you rotate that shoulder down towards the ground, the top leg is going to extend out. You're going to straighten out that leg, right? So watch me first. Shoulder back, straighten out that knee. Oh, that's a good stretch. And then come back. Oh, extend that knee, shoulder, and you should feel a really strong stretch in your hamstring and your lower back. Exhale, 3, 4, and 5. Sometimes 5 is enough. If you want to keep going, you can, okay? But remember, like cocking out that leg, rotating back, that really tightens up the nervous system. You can always just relax your toe. You don't have to keep the leg extended. But that's a really deep stretch. I'm just going to repeat on my other side. I'll show you the pretzel again. So again, this right hand against the left ankle. Lie on my side, and I'm gonna bring that right leg forward and bring that left leg back, okay? Right ankle holds onto the left leg, right? I'm gonna sit into it. This side feels a little bit tighter already. My left thigh feels a little bit tighter. And I'm just gonna start off with just moving my shoulder forward and then moving my shoulder down towards the ground, okay? I'm just gonna start with that. Just floss the nervous system just for a little bit. Exhale. Exhale and even pull that left leg further back. Okay, feel that stretch in your left thigh. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit looser. And now that I feel a little bit looser, I'm gonna tighten it up again. So as I bring that right shoulder down, that right leg's gonna extend out. Ready? So right shoulder, extend the leg. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go up to 10 for this side. This side feels a little tight. Feels like I need this side a little more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So I'm just gonna reset myself. Just gonna get into a tall kneeling position. Hopefully you guys are feeling good. My spine and everything is feeling extremely active. Feels like my glutes got an exercise. Feels like my whole lower back, like it's just active at this point. Okay. The last exercise I want to show you is just called a prone lumbar rotation pass-through. That's our last exercise for today. But hopefully the pretzel and the slump are things that you guys can definitely incorporate into your life, especially if you're dealing with any low back pain or any pain that's going down past the glutes. All right. So this is the last one here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lie on my belly. Okay. And then from here, I'm gonna be in a Superman position with my hands forward and my legs extended. I'm gonna get my right arm and slide it underneath my left armpit. And then I'm gonna rotate, okay? And then you can see that that left knee creeps up, and I'm gonna open the book, okay? And then I'll show you again, okay? I'll show you that same side again. So it's gonna be right arm, slide it underneath your left armpit, rotate your trunk, and then you're gonna open up the left arm across to the other side of the wall, and get a nice lower back and shoulder stretch, and then you're gonna come back. And then I'm gonna repeat the other side. So left arm, slide it underneath the right armpit, open up the book, and then come on back. Okay, so as you get used to it, as you get used to the coordination, it's a very effective stretch to get the entire body moving, from the shoulders to the pelvis to the hips, all the way down to the lumbar spine. And then just repeat. So I just hold it about 2 to 5 seconds, whatever feels good for you guys. But it's one of my all-time favorite lumbar stretches. And I will never stop doing this. I'll keep doing this for the rest of my life for low back health. Okay? Let me do one more for good measure. So Superman position, right arm pass underneath the armpit, slide that hand through, open up the left arm, grab onto that knee so it doesn't pop off the floor, and really dive into it. You know, what you can do is when you rotate through, you can really reach for the other side of the wall to really stretch out the nerves within the hand as well. And that really tenses up the nervous system the more that you reach away, okay? So it's easy enough just to say, like, you know, to just go through the motions and just watch the video. It's another thing to actually become more aware that you can really tense up the nervous system by like reaching as far as you can. Not just passing your arm through, but actually reaching, like bring the hand, pretend like somebody's pulling you away from the rest of your body, and you really enhance the stretch in your nerves in the arm, stretch your nerves throughout the entire thoracic spine and lumbar spine. So this was probably one of the best routines that I've just presented just now. It's like you can do slump stretches, pretzels, as well as the lumbar rotation pass through. So that's it for today, guys. I feel amazing. I feel like really stretched out. You guys have any questions, just throw them into the comments. Definitely can provide you some resources. Anything that you guys need, just let me know.